Once again, we back up in y'all ears with another Block Builder Session podcast. Got Brother Cam in here. I got my sister Trina. I'm Brother T. We about to talk to y'all about landing on faith.
Let's do it. And so the verse tonight will be Matthew 9:29. Then he touched their eyes, saying, according to your faith, let it be to you.
I feel like when it comes to faith, you're going to need it to remain spiritually and mentally focused.
Better know it. Without faith, it's impossible to please God, man. And that's the foundation. So if you ain't got no foundation, the building going to fall.
Exactly.
Ain't it, man? I landed on faith because I lost my job.
Ooh.
Nah, but for
All right.
real, let's be serious, though. Yeah, we got to have a little humor in there. But
Of course.
honestly, I landed on faith
Man,
after
I lost
losing
my
my
job.
brother.
Mhm.
Yeah, I lost my little brother.
Mhm.
And, of course, life changes. You take more loss. So losing mom again.
I feel like when I actually gained faith is the moment where I got lost in California.
Mm.
Yeah.
What you had on red or blue? In a red or blue area?
I was on the beach.
Y'all was on the
Hey,
beach.
I was
it
on the
don't
beach.
matter. They out there too.
I know.
Uh-huh.
I know. But like I was on the beach and I pretty much had to guide my way and let God order my steps, in order to regroup back with my cousin because that's a big state. And and I think we was on Venice Beach. So for those who've never been there, that's a very, very large beach. And if you get lost, you better know somebody that knows somebody that was gonna help you, get back to where you need to be.
I'll call
Yeah, phones don't work?
911.
I did, but I wasn't. I was trying to think quick on my feet, but
Protect
God order
and
my faith.
serve.
My
Call
faith.
911.
Not out
Sir,
there.
I am
Not out there.
lost. I am from Louisiana. I don't know where I'm going. You understand me? Please help me.
But God,
Yeah. Yeah.
He helped me.
Faith to guide you in the right direction, man. Get
Exactly.
to have you using your senses. I'm telling you.
hmm
Real deal.
And one thing I learned about faith is, I feel like faith is another word for test. I feel like when God sends us a moment of, struggle, I feel like He wants us to use our faith in order to progress, forward in life. Like for example, in the Bible when God healed, in the Bible where God gave the 2 men sight, where that verse came from Matthew 9:29, being able to give someone who couldn't see sight, that's straight faith. That has to be nothing but faith. Being able to see.
Or even this here, bro. I'm gonna give you a deal you like this here, man.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta consider the woman with the issue of blood. You understand?
Okay.
Jesus was in a crowd of people, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm talking about? Had people touching all on him and everything, grabbing on him. Jesus called him his name. But the thing about it is what distinguishes faith from touching with faith or walking in faith or just walking, what distinguishes the two is it has a virtue in faith. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
And with the woman with the issue of blood, she touched Jesus. She already believed. She said, if I could just touch the hem of his garment. That's what it requires. It requires a belief system built on a foundation that's unmovable. It can't be broken. You understand?
Exactly.
So when she touched him, Jesus simply turned around and said, man, who touched me? In a crowd of people touching him, you feel me?
Mm-hmm.
He asked who touched me.
And that was because of the virtue being taken from his body. He knew
Exactly.
whoever it was touched and believed.
Mm-hmm.
You got to have faith. You got to have faith. You got to believe. Faith is a belief system. And then I would say God allows situation in life to occur in our lives in order to test our faith. You
Exactly.
understand me? To see, hey, are you gonna trust me? That knowing that who I am and that I can handle all things. I created all things. I can simply just take your pain away or make it better just like that. But do you trust me?
Right.
I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna make it because it'll be easy. We'll just go to God and God will make it happen. And then He'll be every now and then God. You feel me? That's why it requires a belief system because it gets that harder to believe. You feel me? It's so easy not to believe, but it's so hard to believe. You feel me?
Right.
So with all that we're sharing regarding faith and what it requires, let's tag it into some up to date as far as where we are as a society and as a people, because we know the word, but many of our listeners may not know the word. That's good. We're giving it to them, but we need to be able to apply it to real life situations that's current. You know what I'm saying? That's relevant.
Well, a real life situation that will require faith is you not knowing, simply just not knowing when you're gonna get your
feeling
next
lost.
meal, or not knowing what the doctor report gonna say. I'm not gonna put money in the situation because money is abundant. You know what I'm saying? You can go out there and get your job. You can work for some money, but you can't work for no health. You understand? You can't work for no good doctor report. You can only hope and have faith and believe that you're doing the right thing. Believe that God is taking care of you. Believe that He's waking you up. It get hard to believe that. It get hard to believe that everything is gonna be all right when you lose a loved one. You know what I'm saying? It get hard to believe that everything gonna be all right when they done slapped an eviction letter on your door and you got kids to feed. They cut off your food stamps, but you still gotta trust God. That's hard. That's having faith. You know what I'm saying? And that's a new level of faith there, man.
So is it safe to say that I landed on faith when I experienced being at my weakest moments, and I had to, you know what I'm saying, find that was really how strong, like I was as strong as that weakest moment? That's when I landed on faith.
I'm gonna explain it. I'm gonna explain it. I'm gonna let you do it. I'm gonna let you do it.
Do your thing.
I feel like this. The fact that you can look back at your moments then and you just look at yourself like, I really made it through that, clearly shows faith. It's because the times that, you know, you couldn't see, how am I going to get through this? How am I going to get over this? How am I going to be able to cope? God already took care of that. And I'm a strong believer for it. You know, November 22nd, 2016, lost my mom the day right before her birthday. And it was, you know, she was healthy and just like that.
Oh my.
And, you know, I'm still going through it, but, you know, I have to realize that her favorite verse was, you know, James 2:26, which is also now my favorite. Faith without works is dead. I had to continue to work and continue to have faith in order to.
You heard what you just said?
Believe.
You said work.
Mm-hmm.
That's what comes with faith.
Exactly.
And so, bro just said a belief system. So, is it safe to say that we got different terminology, but to express what the real meaning of it, it can be either one of those particular terms. You know what I mean? Because guess what? If you ain't working your faith, that mustard seed ain't gonna grow no further. You know what I mean?
Just
so
like
it's,
working
it's,
out.
Exactly.
It
You
won't
gotta
grow.
continue to. Man, I promise you, a lot of people pray for peace, but peace come with long suffering. You feel me? And so with long suffering, you better have some faith and knowing it's gonna get better and trusting and believing it's gonna get better.
And a lot of people really don't have that mindset because, you know, their faith isn't strong enough. They pretty much just like, well, man, I'm going through this, I'm going through that. Every time I look around the corner, there's another bill, there's another loved one that done died, there's another car that literally just ran into my car and I literally just got it fixed last week. It's just, you know, burden on top of burden on top of burden. My kids not doing good at school, my marriage not doing good, you know. And it's just like, it's moments like that where you just have to simply relax and just breathe and just realize that your faith is stronger than all of this, even though you cannot see it, even though you can't, you know, physically, you know, take it out your body and just, you know, have a talk with it. You still have it.
Let me say this here, man.
Please,
I'm
bro,
gonna go inside. I'm gonna coincide with what you said about the faith and the working. I was gonna say, man, you right in my brain, man. You all in my filing cabinet, bruh. Faith is a belief system that requires you to move. It's like planting a seed. You understand? You plant the seed in the ground,
And
water
you
it.
You
Feel me? First day you water it. You don't go back and water it the second day. Well, I watered it yesterday. I know it's gonna grow. I didn't already put some water in. That's all it needs is a little water. They said a little water.
And a little sunlight.
That's it.
You
That's
know,
it. A
Mother
little
Nature gonna do what
sunlight.
it do.
I believe it's gonna grow. Here it is. You done planted a seed 2 weeks ago. And you going back to that little marked area with the little fence around it, and it's still dirt. You ain't watered the seed that you supposed to have been planting in 2 weeks. You sat down and you got lazy. You understand? Faith ain't lazy. Faith is a belief system that requires you to move. You understand? And some people believe, but they don't believe. They just believe just so. Hey, well, yeah. They say I gotta have faith. So, well, I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna have faith. But they don't believe until expectancy. You understand? Faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. I'm expecting the things that's not seen. So what am I hoping for? I'm hoping for the evidence of the things that's not seen. The work, you understand me, is work. You got to do an investigation. You got to get out there and try it out. You got to go out there and try the spirit by the spirit. You understand? And that's why a lot of people stay stagnant in their minds and they stay complacent, because they believe for a minute, but it's only temporary faith. It ain't that unmovable faith. It ain't that faith that's based on the foundation. There's only one true faith. A lot of people have faith in a lot of things, but there's only one true faith. And that faith is that pleases God. And that's the foundation. And a lot of people don't have that. You got to consider like the person that's working hard. Consider the person that's working hard for something and they don't believe in themselves. You got a lot of that running around here in these times. A lot of people don't believe in themselves because a lot of people ain't putting faith in them. You understand? A lot of people ain't believing in them. So why I ain't going to believe in myself? You understand? So faith has to be taught, man. And it has to be worked out.
And then also don't forget about the whole patience, because you can have as much faith as you want to, but you know the saying, he's not always there, when you call him, but he's always right on time. I know that wasn't the exact term, but that's the term I was taught. But patience comes with faith. Works come with faith. You have to have patience. You have to work for what you want. You have to have patience as well, because nothing happens overnight. Nothing positive happens overnight. You can always make a bad decision just like that. But positivity takes time, takes patience, it takes faith.
Somebody got to till that ground.
Exactly.
Yeah,
like that seed you was talking about.
You got to break up that ground first,
That's
man.
patience. It's not going to happen overnight. You have to let it, you have to let things soak in for a moment and then slowly build yourself back up. You can't be a bodybuilder and then all of a sudden you start thinking, okay, I'm good. I ain't got to work out. I'm good. And then all of a sudden you go work out. You try to lift that 350 and all of a sudden you like, this ain't working for me. It's because you didn't pace yourself. You didn't work. You didn't keep practicing, which builds patience. You have to have faith. And another thing about faith that you was talking about is what you was talking about earlier, Bro T, was that what you said, the fake, no, what you said, what type of patience you were saying? It was like, temporary patience. That's it. Yeah, I remember. Temporary patience.
Temporary faith.
No, I'm sorry. Yeah,
faith.
Thank you.
Temporary faith.
Temporary faith is pretty much being able to expect something to happen. It doesn't happen. You believe for a little moment and then it's over. It's like, and that goes right back to working. You have to continue. You can't just be like all right, Lord, I need this bill paid. I need you to make a way. And I need you to go ahead and do it. You see, the deadline. I already know you're going to take care of it, but could you hurry up?
Oh, I was just thinking, bro, like, a lot of people don't have the patience, and the Bible even tell you, man, let patience have its perfect work. You understand? That means if you believing, you got to be patient on that thing that you believe in. You think, like he said, man, ain't nothing gonna happen overnight, bro. You understand? If you pray to God about something, you still got to tarry at that altar. You got to tarry that. Like a lot of people want comfort, a lot of people want peace, but then they expect as soon as they get it, then like this big rush of peace supposed to come. No, sometimes you got to pray and then that peace still ain't there. You got to go back and pray again. That's just like faith. If it ain't there, you got to go back and try it again. Go back and try it again. Go back and try it again. You go through 1,000 no's just to get that one yes.
Oh man.
But them 1,000 no's was you still believing, you still
It's
working
building.
it out. You
Yeah,
understand
it's
me?
building.
You still believing like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get that yes one day. And you don't get that yes for about 3 years. But it came. Faith ain't no overnight thing, man.
And when you just said that, that actually reminded me of Tyler Perry's story. In 1992, he created his very first play, and you know, it didn't work, and it took him, I think, all the way to 1998. It took him all the way to 1998 for his very first play to work. Now, most people, even his mama, was saying, "Stop. You need to stop that. You need to stop trying to make these plays work." But that wasn't God's plan. And I feel like he had to have faith, because being able to want to succeed as hard as you do, as hard as he did, that was nothing but faith and guidance. Because most people, they don't understand how big is your dreams, because they can't literally see it. They can only hear you say, okay, yeah, I want to be rich. I want to be able to block build. I want to be able to continue to move, in the right way. But where's your faith? Where's your work? Where's your patience?
A lot of people really don't understand that. Well, as we said previously in the podcast, man, faith is a belief system that requires you to move. It's a work. You can't just sit there and be lazy. You can't just believe and not do nothing. You got to get out there and you got to go till that ground, break up them hard spots, them hard areas where them people told you no. Make them want to tell you yes. You understand me? Another thing that faith requires, man, and it also comes with, is a sacrifice, dog.
Mm-hmm.
You can't not believe and you can't believe and expect to hold on to the old things that hindered your belief system. You understand me? It may be friends, it may be family, it may be things that you indulged in. You're gonna have to let go of those things. If you want better, you're gonna have to let go of the old things that you used to do, the old people you used to hang with, the old company you used to keep, the old girlfriend, the old boyfriend, your family. It can get so deep, man. Like you just heard Tyler Perry, mama said she ain't believe in it. You know what I'm saying? You're going to have to cut some things short and believe that you cutting them short is not like I saw you post today, sis. Sometimes cutting people off is not a physical, it's a spiritual thing. You know what I'm saying? It ain't nothing personal, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm believing I'm going to be better, man, and you ain't supporting me in that. So I got to come and cut ties. Faith going to cause you to sacrifice those people that didn't mean you no good, even though you had all this love built up inside for them. You're going to have to cut them off, because you're going to find out in the end run, man, that they ain't have faith in you in the beginning. It's levels to faith. You understand me? It's levels to faith, man, and we just got to search it out, man. There's only one true faith, but it's levels to faith. You understand me? I'm going to break it down to you. The one true faith is the faith that you believe in God, right? The faith that he expects you to have to work out whatever he give you, your purpose on earth, that's another level of faith. But, yeah.
And I feel like another thing when it comes to faith, with sacrifice, you have to know that even though it looks good for you, even though it looks good to you, it doesn't mean it's always good for you. Like, of course, because we have the human eye, we always think of, the flashy clothes, the fancy cars, and, the lifestyle of what we see or what we think is right. But you have to realize that God is the one who actually created it all, but he also is the one that could take it all away. So you have to realize that even though my faith seems like I need this and need that, you have to always ask God, is this really meant for me? Am I really supposed to have this? Am I really supposed to live this way? And then you have your answer. But you can't always think that, okay, whenever we ask God, hey, should I do this? Should I do that? Should I go left? Should I go right? And he always answered because, God is a man of his time. We can't even fathom his time. So it's like whenever we try to ask him a question, even if it deals with faith or not, we have to always be patient. Just like I was saying earlier, being patient and being faithful is all in one. But you still have to always work. That's the number one. And even Trina, when you were saying last week that working, like when your mom first died, you just worked.
Not died. I don't say died. I say passed.
Oh,
Say
I
difference.
apologize. When she passed, when you said that all you did was work, it's because you have faith. Even though you didn't understand, during the time, exactly how you was gonna be able to move the very next day. That was your faith working for you. Even if you wasn't even in the mindset of working, that was still your faith working for you.
Yeah, I've been working and operating in faith a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And so I just hope that this particular session is an encouraging word for our listeners regarding how we landed up on faith. Just trust in the process. Sometimes, as we stated, can be difficult, but we know it's bigger than us, and so we're limited to what we can and can't do. And in the midst of actually trusting the process, your faith can only grow. You know what I mean? And so, as I stated, that's pretty much how I landed up on my faith. Really, taking losses, taking L's, as some say.
Mm-hmm.
But your losses turn into lessons the wiser and the older you get. And so I'm just hoping that everyone that listens actually expound on it and be enlightened as to how, they can operate in their faith. Because as Brother T said, well, the word says the only way to please God is through our faith. And so we got to trust the process, even when we don't know, even when we don't understand. If you really love God, then that's really how you build your faith, because you know that his love for you, he the word tells us he chastises those that he loves. You know what I mean? So it just like, y'all remember the song Tank said, maybe I deserve. Sometime when you going through, you got to understand, maybe I deserve. And I say that not even in a bad way or a negative way, just more so knowing that, after every sunshine there's some rain. After every rain there's some sunshine. Every good there's some bad. Every pain there's some pleasure. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? It's life. It's a cycle. And so we just gotta trust whatever season or cycle that we're in, that the faith that we hold on to, whether it's a mustard seed of faith, we gotta trust that we growing from faith to faith and glory to glory.